In the 1960s, Canadian media theorist Marshall McLuhan, for the very first time, coined the word global village to denote the use of technologies to interconnect world cultures. And nothing exemplifies that better than the global village here in the melting pot of Dubai, where I am at. I'm at the entrance. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of preparation going on. This is a gate of the world as the park prepares to open for its 27th season. And on this segment of CNBC On Assignment, I'm in conversation with Mr. Ahmed Khadir, the Senior Leasing Manager of Global Village. A warm welcome to you on CNBC On Assignment, Ahmed Khadir.
Thank you very much.
It's wonderful to be here. The park is reopening on the 25th of October, and you'll be expecting more than 7.8 million visitors. That's the last turnout.
Absolutely.
And I've been to the Global Village ever since we started in 1997 by the creek side. And here we are. It's grown to be such a big, massive entertainment theme park.
Absolutely.
Can you just walk us through the history of the Global Village?
Sure.
And what is behind the success of this brand?
Okay, so Global Village has been a leading international and regional phenomenon over the past 2 decades, being a one-stop shop for unique dining experiences, shopping, and amazing entertainment from all over the world. Also, Global Village is the first family destination for multicultural entertainment and unique shopping and dining experiences, and it basically provides something to each and every member of the family, right? And since its inception, as you mentioned, in 1997, Global Village welcomed more than 100 million guests throughout its lifetime. And in our previous season, we managed to break all our records, and we exceeded 7.8 million guests throughout the season. So Global Village is a wonderful attraction. The purpose of Global Village is basically to unite cultures from all over the world. We believe that the diversity of the world and the creativity around the globe is limitless. It's a limitless pool of excitement and authenticity that we always try to gather as much as we can from this pool to showcase in our destination here at Global Village. And also Global Village has been recognized recently as part of retaining the Traveler's Choice Award of TripAdvisor for the year of 2022.
That's fantastic. So, become a global brand. Global Village will become a global brand.
Absolutely.
And we have 98 cultures, as you say, represented this year.
Absolutely.
And it's a perfect marriage of carnival, commerce, and craft. You've got a lot of entrepreneurs coming in from around the world. And on your part, as a senior leasing manager, you're the perfect conduit between the park and the local and international investors. How easy is it for you to go to them and say, invest in it, or you'll be looking for new ideas and innovations? What are the kind of ideas and innovations that are coming forth?
Absolutely. So before the launch of every season, the team at Global Village takes a significant amount of time to travel the world, looking for inspiration and looking for ideas on how to continuously wow our guests and deliver unique, memorable experiences. And for our upcoming 27th season, we're going to be showcasing 27 different country pavilions, which will include 2 newly launched pavilions for Oman and Qatar as well. And as part of our we believe that part of the success of Global Village comes from the right selection of partners to work with, and we always work to ensure that the partners we work with in Global Village, they share our vision and our passion to basically bring unique experiences from all over the world. We've also launched our Partner Happiness Center, which is serving basically to cater to all the needs of our partners. It's a one-stop shop to provide all the needed services and all the needed support for us to basically attract entrepreneurs. Obviously, because of the millions of guests which are coming to Global Village season after season, Global Village provides a fantastic opportunity for entrepreneurs and for organizations ranging from like international organizations such as the Ripley's, believe it or not, all the way to startup entrepreneurs who just want to start up their business in Global Village. So we provide the suitable environment to basically nurture these startup businesses. And throughout the years, we've seen so many cases of businesses that started in Global Village just as a small stall or as a small kiosk, and then quickly grew and expanded to become renowned business names within the market. Yeah.
All of this points to expanding markets, increasing trade, creating jobs. You mentioned the entrepreneurs who come from all over the world into this destination, and they become big business names after that because of the success that they see. Are there any anecdotes that you can share about African entrepreneurs? Africa is a big pavilion. In addition, you also have a standalone Morocco and Egypt pavilions as well. But the Africa Pavilion, it's 54 countries. You're from Sudan. I'm sure you have a particular affinity for that particular pavilion. Can you just take us through what we can expect from the Africa Pavilion? And of course, I have to mention the small entrepreneurs from Africa. Any examples that you can share at this point?
Sure. So as you mentioned, in terms of African offerings for our upcoming season, we're going to have two standalone pavilions, which are Morocco and Egypt. In addition to those, we're going to have the very popular Africa Pavilion, which will be continuing to showcase many authentic products and hidden gems from all the corners of the continent, bringing back authentic crafts, national foods, and a lot of shopping options from all over Africa. And hopefully, as we proceed to future seasons, we aim to have more standalone country pavilions from different African countries. And in terms of entrepreneurs, we're happy to showcase so many African activities this time within Global Village. Maybe one of the very nice examples to share is within our food and beverage kiosks, where we're going to be showcasing the very popular African jollof rice concept, which is very popular in regions of Western Africa, which will, and this concept is going to be provided by a starting up African entrepreneur who's a female, who's going to be launching this concept in Global Village for the first time in order to get guests more familiar with the unique tastes of the African cuisine. Yeah.
So these retail businesses that you attract to the Global Village, it also speaks to the fact that you now have global partners around the world. And as I understand, every year it's different. You deconstruct and destroy everything and then rebuild everything all over again. But I'm sure in establishing these global partnerships, you must have great collaborations going with African artists, with entrepreneurs, with singers, with musicians. What are the big names? Are there any big names that we can expect this year from Africa?
Absolutely. So in terms of African offerings, the majority of the African offerings will be taking place within the Africa Pavilion. The majority of the entertainment elements are going to be basically local or African traditional folkloric bands, which basically reflect the African culture and African entertainment elements from all over Africa. And as you rightly mentioned, Global Village is the suitable platform to basically reflect and attract entrepreneurs from not only from Africa but from all over the world, by basically providing the ability to come and set up within Global Village without the need to set up a company or establish a company within the UAE. So that's a great opportunity for people to just come into Global Village and open up their business and set up. And we've seen so many success stories from these businesses. Many of these African businesses which are currently available and will be available within Africa Pavilion, they have now grown to become established businesses within Dubai
in
and
Dubai
within,
itself.
and
Wow.
within the UAE. Yeah, so there are many stories like that which we can talk about. Hopefully, you'll be visiting the park within the season to experience all these authentic products and crafts which will be there within Africa Pavilion.
So not just art and craft, not just culture. Let's just move a little bit to the technology aspect of things. You know, we saw the GTEx happening in the city this week, and it was all about blockchain and metaverse and AI.
Absolutely.
And all the new technologies that are coming to the fore. What about the Global Village? What kind of new activations, technological innovations or activations or attractions will you be featuring in addition to all that you've mentioned?
Yes, so behind the scenes, sometimes what guests don't see in Global Village is how the team at Global Village works behind the scenes on data analytics and on the technology aspect of the park. One of the very interesting initiatives we're launching for the upcoming season is the next generation pavilion, which will be the Korea Pavilion. Okay, and as we go forward, we are basically aiming to inject more and more innovative elements and components to the overall experience within the park. Everything we do is basically directly aimed at enhancing the guest experience within the park at each and every touch point, from the time they park their vehicle at our parking areas to the time they come to our ticketing booths, to the time they enter to our park. So there are many things, like for example the launch of the online sales of our tickets on our mobile app and our website as well. These are all things which we basically worked on in order to make Global Village a more innovative venue that basically provides a very smooth experience to its guests and to its partners as well.
So Dubai was also host to the biggest event of the decade, Expo 2020,
Absolutely.
and that was very big on big tech, so to speak. But any learnings from Expo 2020? This is a city that hosted the biggest technology and cultural event of the decade as well.
Absolutely. So Global Village is a place where we basically unite cultures from all over the world, and the Expo 2020 event did that, and also incorporated a lot of sustainability and a lot of technology aspects and innovation as well. And that's the learning we basically have from Expo 2020 in terms of injecting innovative elements and injecting more technology on the side of things. One of the good examples which we can refer to was the introduction of the sensor cameras we had during the pandemic, which was giving the team at Global Village the ability to identify guests who had, like for example, a high temperature, okay, or guests who were not complying with wearing the mask. Okay, these are all things which were innovative and helped us to basically enhance the experience of our guests. Yeah.
And you didn't shut your doors during the pandemic either, did you? How
No,
did you manage that? What
No,
were the
we didn't.
challenges at that
Although
point?
obviously it was a very challenging season to have during the pandemic. However, Global Village was very agile in adapting to the protocols and to the guidelines of the government during the pandemic, while also delivering very unique and memorable experiences to our guests. One of the things which really helped us at that time was the introduction of the online tickets and also the sensor cameras, which I briefly touched upon, which helped us in keeping or maintaining that balance and ensuring the safety of all our guests and all our partners within the park without making an impact on our entertainment deliverables and our shows and activities and events and so forth.
Let's take a short break and we'll see you on the other side. Welcome back, and I'm in conversation with Mr. Ahmed Kadir, the Senior Leasing Manager at Global Village here in Dubai. So it runs for 6 months. You're entering your 27th season this year. What does the future hold for Global Village? Can we expect this for the next 20 years, 30 years? What's coming up on the radar?
Absolutely. So, like I mentioned, because Global Village is a place to unite cultures from all over the globe, we strongly believe that the world has no limit in terms of what you can showcase in terms of cultures from different countries in the world, in terms of products. So we strongly believe that there is so much more to provide, and there's a lot of excitement in terms of providing unique and authentic experiences from all over the world. And we're very excited about season 27, and we'll be having several new exciting attractions and initiatives take place in our upcoming season. One of them is going to be the launch of the new concept of the Road of Asia, which is going to showcase around 13 different Asian countries which are not showcased as standalone pavilions. So this new project will showcase a lot of handicrafts from different 13 countries such as Cambodia, Vietnam, all these Asian countries which don't have standalone pavilions. So this is one of the really exciting projects which we look forward to. In addition to that, we'll also be launching the Global Village Big Balloon project, which is basically going to give our guests the opportunity to enjoy really beautiful views at 360 degrees and at a height of 200 feet above the ground. So this is also one of the things we're really looking forward to for season 27.
That's fantastic. So you've been with the park for the last 10 years. I'm sure you must have a favorite pavilion. I'm willing to think it's Africa.
Yeah, so I've been with Global Village since 2012, and I also always remember the times I visited Global Village as a kid and as a teenager when I was with my school. We used to go for school trips with to Global Village. So it's very beautiful to see the transformation and the development which happened to Global Village over the years. And in terms of pavilions, it's always tricky to decide like what's a favorite pavilion, because each pavilion has its own special kind of offering. But Africa Pavilion is always one of the very entertaining pavilions, and the entertainment shows are so captivating within the pavilion, and they really attract so much footfall and so much attention from all the guests within the park. Yeah.
And not to mention the culinary experiences. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes.
In addition.
So in our next season, we will have more than 200 food and beverage outlets, which will showcase a very wide variety of street food experiences, dining experiences as well from all over the globe. So stay tuned for so many different cuisines to experience. We're going to have the Happiness Street, which is one of the very popular attractions within Global Village. It will have more than 39 kiosks within the season. Also, the street has been enhanced. It has become wider in terms of space, which will give the guests more comfort while they try to approach all the different kiosks to try all these different new tastes next season.
It's amazing the way you talk about how retail businesses have come here and grown to be much bigger. Can you give us an idea of the transactions, the volume or the amount of business transactions that happens at the end of the 6 months? That must be a fairly substantial figure.
Yes. So with the millions of guests rushing into Global Village every season, we always expect that we have a huge amount of business transactions which happen during the season. In our previous 26th season, towards the end of the season, we, according to our data surveys, there were more than 3.2 billion dirhams worth of business transactions which took place throughout the park. Yeah.
The prevailing theme around the world is, of course, ESG and sustainability and environment. And one of the biggest topics of the decade is, of course, diversity and gender equality. And how much of that are you seeing here at the Global Village in terms of bringing more female entrepreneurship from different parts of the world, specifically to the Global Village? How are you promoting that?
Absolutely. So Global Village pays a lot of attention to basically providing business opportunities and investment opportunities to all female entrepreneurs within the UAE. That's part of the UAE's mission to increase the equality and enhance the equality between the genders in general. However, in Global Village, we are aiming to achieve a 30% percentage in terms of the female investors by the 30th season. So it's a work in progress currently. However, we're already seeing so many cases of success stories of female entrepreneurs within Global Village. One really nice example from our previous season was the entrepreneur who organized Morocco Pavilion in our previous season, who was a female entrepreneur who actually started in Global Village years back, just with having a small stall within a pavilion. However, Global Village really supported her in terms of helping her build her company and establishing her company until she grew to actually manage an entire pavilion, which was Morocco Pavilion. And Morocco Pavilion in the previous season was awarded the best pavilion out of all.
So it was a woman leading that.
Exactly. So there are many other examples which we can share. Also within our F&B or food and beverage aspect, within the kiosks, we have so many female entrepreneurs who have grown with us during the past several seasons, and now they continue to have 5-6 kiosk units managed by a single female.
And with the festival season now kicking in, you've got your Diwali, and you've got the New Year and Christmas and Ramadan going into the New Year. How are you timing your attractions and activations? Or is it going to be season to season within the construct of the Global Village? How are you going to be theming the Global Village to those festivals?
Yeah. So, like you mentioned, the next event is going to be a very eventful event, starting from the celebrations of the National Day, and then going further to the New Year celebrations and the Christmas celebrations.
National Day, yes, on the 2nd of
celebrations
December.
As well. After that, we're also going to be having the Ramadan period, which this time is going to be entirely within the season, during which we will be hosting the Ramadan Majlis, in which guests will be able to come and enjoy a very nice iftar experience and a suhoor experience as well, while also enjoying a very subtle pack of entertainment and nice Ramadan ambience, which will be showcased within our Majlis. In addition to that, obviously we're going to have a lot of street entertainment that is roaming around the park. We're going to have many world-class concerts which are going to be taking place during the season. I'm not going to spoil them for you now, but we're really looking forward to a very packed and full of events season next season. Also, our guests will be thrilled with the Aqua Action stunt show, which will be again enhanced, and it will have very interesting, thrilling aspects of it for the upcoming season.
So for the 6 months that you're closed, what do you do with the site? What happens on site?
Okay, so during the 6 months in which Global Village isn't open for guests, the team basically works on preparing for the upcoming event. Some of the team members also travel all over the world to find inspiration and to bring new ideas and new memorable experiences to share with our guests. In terms of pavilions, our pavilions undergo renovation. We always target to have new pavilion facades every season in order to give guests that new feeling. Sometimes we also have some relocation in terms of the locations of pavilions. Like for example, Africa Pavilion in the upcoming season will be in a new location with a fully new facade. Okay, so we basically improve and enhance our infrastructure, and we try to showcase as much new concepts and new attractions from season to season to keep our guests captivated, and perhaps all these things help us in maintaining that 90% of our guests intend to revisit time after time to Global Village.
Here in the sunny emirate of Dubai, more global partnerships and collaborations. In many ways, this multicultural theme park speaks to the full revival of the global tourism economy. I was in conversation with Mr. Ahmed Khidir, the Senior Leasing Manager at Global Village. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.